Action Coaching. We're certainly delighted that you joined us on today because I believe that God has a special coaching word just for you. I want you to reach out to others and let them know that Action Coaching is on the air each and every Wednesday, and we're simply giving you coaching tips so that you can live out your best life based on your gifts and talents. Nobody makes it without a coach. We can call it a mentor, we can call it a coach, we can call it a counselor, but everybody at occasions in their life needs somebody to come along and give them tips on how to navigate through areas that they have already been through. The design of Action Coaching is not to try to change your talent or your gift or your life. Just give you some tools so that you can use them to better walk in your destiny. And that's the design of Action Coaching, and so we're excited about it. Now make sure you subscribe on YouTube, hit like on Facebook. Let us know that Action Coaching is blessing you, and we would love to hear from you. Now, today, I want to talk about something that a lot of people during this time do not want to hear. It's important, it's powerful, it's necessary, and it's the key to any success. But however, it's a word that most people, when you're trying to coach them or help them, they don't want to hear it. But today, I'm going to talk about patience. There's a scripture in the Bible that said, let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect, entire, wanting nothing. Now, in this time we're living in, and in past times, how has patience ever been perfect in anybody's life? We all in a hurry. We want to hurry to get there. We want to hurry to be successful. We want to hurry to make plenty of money. We want to hurry to just be the wonder people that everybody's looking at and say, ooh and ah. We in a hurry. Patience ain't even in our vocabulary. What are you talking about? Wait? We want it instantly. How many times have you seen people that maybe put every picture they got on social media because they're in a hurry to get likes? They want somebody to say, ooh, you doing well today. You running, you jogging, or you look good in your outfit. They need some type of instant satisfaction because they have no purpose. They just can't be satisfied with the fact that, I don't need nobody to confirm that I look good. I understand the way I look is all I got. So I might as well enjoy it myself. It ain't like I'm going to get a whole nother body. I might as well enjoy what God have gifted me with. Because I understand I'm uniquely and wonderfully made, that God got a purpose for me, and He gave me gifts and talents to fit my calling that He has placed on my life, and I am excited about it. So let's talk about patience. Now, the number one thing I want to talk about first, a lot of times, time is spent on talking on people's success and glamour and how great they are, how much money they have, how an exceptional athlete they are, or how they're a star in this and that. And most of the time, very little time is spent on the struggle to get there, the things they had to go through, the adversity they had to put up, the disappointment, injuries, and all those other things. That's what we really should be spending the most time on, because most people think that you can just snap your finger and you're instantly good. Now, whatever it is in life, you're going to have to learn how to be patient. You're going to have to let patience have its perfect work. Lady came to the church one time, and I understood what she meant, but I had to correct what she said. She told me, she said, well, Pastor Jackson, it looked like you came up overnight. And I was like, where I am now took 13 years. If that's overnight, I don't ever want to see another night like that. I understood what she was saying. She said, it seemed like I just came from nowhere, because she didn't know the struggle or the 13 years before we met. It had to be a great deal of patience, because patience is necessary. So anything great, anything lasting, anything that can stand the stress and time and the joys of success, you got to first learn patience. I talk to people all the time. They may do painting, they may do sewing, they may do their mechanic or whatever. And they think the first time they try, they should be extraordinary. And they get disappointed because, oh, I tried it the first time, it's supposed to be extraordinary. A person asked me one time, so how do you reach a level of excellence? I said, well, my answer gonna sound simple, but it ain't simple. How do you reach a level of excellence? You fail enough till you get it right. You work at it enough till it is right, because it definitely ain't gonna be right on the first time. So patience is a learned behavior. It's not a given behavior, because normal human beings do not have patience for anything. In the world we're living in, people want it now. They don't want to work. They don't want to strive for it. They want it to happen instantly. But you have to learn patience. Anything that's lasting, that's eternal, it exists because somebody had patience to put the time in to do it right. I come from a family. My mother was a great cook. I married a great cook. I have women in my church that, my God, they could cook like amazing. Never seen nothing like it, and I eat at restaurants all over the world. These sisters, they know how to cook. Now, you know the reason I'm not a good cook? It's because I don't have the patience they do when it comes to cooking. They'll take their time putting the right ingredients, mixing it up right, making sure that it's gonna taste to perfection. Most of us live in the time, we the fast food people. Give me something fast. I need it right now. I ain't got time to wait. I need it right now. You found people that show up late and it's a long line and they get discouraged because they got to wait. They don't have patience. Why don't the line speed up fast? Why don't they do it right? Why don't they do this? A lot of things that you don't know because you have no patience. Powerful growth, powerful ability is done because people learn patience. I think they have a quote in the military where they say, hurry up and wait. Now, I got people in my ministry that have served in the armed services, but I don't think in the armed service, when the battle starts, they just jump up and go fight the battle. That they spend months and time and study and doing over and over again so that they will be ready when their opportunity comes. This is why so many people fail, because they don't have any patience. They don't want to spend the time, the work, the suffering, the patience that it takes to be successful. Because if you're going to be successful, you're going to have to be exceptional. And to be exceptional, it's going to take a lot of patience. It's going to take a lot of hard work if you want to rise above the crowd. So the first thing in coaching is you have to sit down and teach people patience. Let them know this is not going to be an overnight process. This is going to be a step by step, minute by minute, rehearsal after rehearsal, doing this over and over and over again till you can do it right without even having to think about it. That's the purpose of patience. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you. I left off talking about patience and how it's got to be done over and over and over again until you get it right, down to the very last degree. You gotta have it right, and you cannot do it quickly. You wouldn't want a doctor that when you came in and say you had a terrible injury, and they looking at their clock rushing saying, well, I'm gonna do as much as I can because I got to be somewhere else. I'm in a hurry. Chances are you ain't gonna want that doctor. You gonna want the doctor that understands the power of patience and gonna stay there and do everything right till they are sure you are safe, that you will survive. You can see people on the road. Have you ever been driving a car and you in a traffic jam? There are cars in front of you and cars behind you. We are all in a traffic jam. And I know you done experienced it because I have experienced it. There are people blowing their horn, getting frustrated, letting down their window, yelling at everybody, but we all in a traffic jam. Where do they expect us to go? But the issue is, they lack patience. They just can't stand to be in the traffic jam as if all of us are responsible for the traffic jam. But when you got patience, you understand that these things are going to take time. And if you're driving a car, you ain't going through life without experiencing a traffic jam. I don't care who you are, but they lack patience. When patience is understood to the point that you want to do it right and build on it. Found out when you're raising kids, then you can't expect the kid to be born yesterday and grown up tomorrow so you can go on and do what you want to do, because you ain't got no time to be doing the things that you got to do with the baby. But I understood that in order to teach the baby to do things right, you got to be patient. My kids were first born, yes, I had to be patient. You trying to teach them how to eat, they throw it on the floor, push it back in your face. You can't be so impatient that you're fussing at your child. Why you do that? They are learning patience. They have to learn to do things right because it will benefit them. And it's amazing that when patience is learned and understood, then you don't need nobody to motivate you then. If you see an athlete that may be running 4 miles every day, just for their one opportunity to do something big when it's their time. But it takes patience. It takes patience to practice over and over again till you do it right. Because when your one opportunity comes, you don't want to suffer for not having patience. Because when people don't have patience, they think anything will do. I've seen a lot of people in different areas in life have no patience. I'm pastor of a church. You know, you have a choir, and people won't come one day a week. They ain't gonna practice other than be one day a week they come. And then they expect that they're gonna get up and sing the house down on Sunday morning. It don't work that way. You gotta have patience enough to come to practice. People don't like to do things in their life that will benefit them in a great way. They don't like to go to classes. Let me Google it online. Let me skim over it and maybe it'll work. Greatness don't work like that. Abilities don't work like that. It comes from people who have patience and understand that I'm gonna have to keep doing it over and over and over again so that I can achieve excellence. Somebody said, how do you know what's excellent? You don't have to worry about that because the people that see it will know it's excellent. I've heard people, seen people do things, and I know they didn't do that in a hurry. I knew that they were practicing time and time again because they understood that you gotta have patience. A part of patience is getting coaching. Because the first thing a good coach is gonna do is slow you down and make you focus on the little things. You know, a person described to me one time, first time I got to buy the car I wanted. And I was so excited about just getting the car I wanted. Finally, I can get the car I wanted. And so, bought the car, and the salesman told me, all right, well, now that you own the car, we'll take 30, 45 minutes to make sure you show you how everything worked in the car to your advantage. I was in such a rush, I ain't have no patience. I just wanted to drive my car off that lot. I ain't have no time. I was telling him I'll learn that later. And I found out almost a year later, I'm just finding out something new about the car that's always been there. But I didn't have patience enough to take the time to read the book, to take the time to learn all of the things that existed in the particular manual that they gave me, because I did not have any patience. I want to encourage you. Patience is hard to do, but it pays for itself in the long run. You may not like it. The results are most rewarding, because when you have a great deal of patience and do it right, people will pay for things that's done right. Why is it that people will pay exorbitant amount of money for certain things? Whether it's a painting, whether it's a meal at a restaurant, whether it's clothing or anything, because they know they didn't just throw these clothes together. People had to have patience to make sure that every detail of that clothing or that meal or whatever it is just right. Because they understood that in order for anybody to enjoy the product that I'm selling or doing, it's gonna have to be better than just something you can pick up for little or nothing. They want you to understand a great deal of work went in it, and whenever a great deal of work go into anything, takes a lot of patience. I'll say this, I know my time is almost up, but a lot of times when people read the Bible or read anything, they skip over the time limits that's in the scripture, or how long something took. They just skip right over there and jump to the end because that's something they don't even want to deal with. We don't even want to talk about that. So what happens is people think you can just read it and do it. And when they're in a hurry and it don't work, then they get frustrated because they can't figure out what's wrong. But a lot of times in the scripture, yes, we can talk about Jesus. But Jesus had to go 30 years in training for 3 years worth of glory. Who want to do that during these days? Had to be taught patience. So I want to encourage you on today. Patience is learned. It's experience. You can't buy it in the store. Make sure you let patience have its perfect work. I'll be right back to talk to you. welcome back. Thank you for being a part of Action Coaching on today. Remember, it takes patience to be successful. I know it's tedious, I know it's slow, but the benefits are awesome. Remember that. Certainly, I want to encourage you on today to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching. Action Coaching is designed to do bigger and better things, and we need your financial support. So I want you to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering on today for the support of Action Coaching. And I believe that God will richly bless you for the seeds you sown on today. Some of you can sow 100, some of you can sow 200, some of you can sow 50, some of you can sow 1,000, for whatever. Help us to continue to move Action Coaching so that it can do bigger and better things. There's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways to sow unto Action Coaching, and I want to challenge you to do it now. Watch God bless you in that same manner. So I want to challenge you to sow that seed now. Thank you for being a part of Action Coaching. Thank you for your financial support. I want you to know I and we appreciate it, because without you, we could not do the things that God has blessed us to do. Well, the Lord bless you. Certainly enjoyed talking to you. And as I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.